If soldiers from 1418, 1818, 1918 and 2018 met, what would they say? You guys still have to carry 100 pounds of crap. What happened to the dudes from 1518, 1618 and 1718? The question is mainly about the medieval period. The Renaissance period. Edit. Sorry for mixing it up, I meant the time when musket warfare was used. World War I in modern day. 1818 is not the Renaissance. 2018 soldier is probably freaking out at the 3 zombies in antique war gear. Probably something like this. 1418 soldier bonjour, avap. 1818 soldier hello. What? 1918 soldier rello there. 2018 soldier what the duck? Me to 1918 soldier General Kenobi. You're telling me your rifle reloads itself? Well, that just doesn't seem fair. Check out my horse. Check out my metal box of death. Where is your king? Why isn't he on the battlefield? How are we supposed to keep morale? Help. What's the woman doing here? The food sucked. I hated most of my commanding officers. And I was horny all the time. They'd probably all be confused, and the 1418 one might not be able to communicate with the others. Yeah, definitely. Does anyone know what the crazy guy with the bow is babbling about? I feel like some of it is words. 1418, 1818 and 1918 talking, while 2018 is in the back with anxiety. 1918, yeah, the Great War was tough, though I hope it ended. Wars in their time points to 2018. 2018 the Great War. 1918 yes, with Germany and Austria. 2018 you mean World War I, right? 1918 you mean there was another. 2018 yeah, World War II. There was actually a scare for a hot second about a WW3, though that didn't happen. I think. Guy from 2118 steps up. Oh, you sweet summer child. There's a reason 2218 doesn't show up. War never changes. Unless you are in Great Red Army. Then you go from being killed in droves by fascists to killing fascists in droves. Still doing stupid shit. Yeah. Still not sure why the duck we are doing this. Yeah. Still getting shit pay. Yeah. Still raging alcoholics. Yeah. So, nothing has changed. Yeah. War never changes. 1418 where is your bow? 1818 we stopped using that, but now I have a musket. But 1918 soldier has a weird mask. 1918 is a gas mask. Anyway, the 2018 guy's weapon looks nice. 2018 aren't you? That one skin of Battlefield 1. Geo to cover. Drone strike incoming. Mad Jack Churchill say what? Multiple World War II kills with a longbow. So, you guys want to draw some dicks on a wall? Kilroy was here. The food sucked. I hated most of my commanding officers. And I was horny all the time. True for any deployed soldier of any age in human history. LOL. Well said. Each generation preceding 2018 would talk up stories about how much worse their experience was. 1918 shit. You guys got body armor. I had to run through a machine gun raked field with nothing but a pot helmet, boots, and my rifle. 1818 shit. You guys got helmets. We had more guys die from frag to the head than gunshots, because we wore caps. 1418 shit. You guys had guns. I had to carry a big ass sword everywhere and sink it into my foe just to get my kill. Man, 2018. You have it so easy with that armor, those guns, and meal rations. My enemies have balls of fire and thunder that can eliminate my entire hometown of a few million people in half a second. Oh. My enemies have balls of fire and thunder that can eliminate my entire hometown of a few million people in half a second. Surely. Now we have made war so terrible. The peoples of the world will recoil in horror at its mention. And find more peaceful means to settle their differences. Had he been from 1914 instead of 1918, that soldier would have looked eerily similar to the one from 1818. Those 4 years did a century of difference. 1918 to 2018 you guys have automatic rifles. Most of us only have this bolt action ones. 1818 to 1918 you guys have bolt action rifles. We have muskets. 1418 to all you guys are getting guns. Our bosses are idiots. Our food sucks. Our kit sucks. We carry the heaviest loads. No one appreciates us. We are sexy as duck. How do those soldiers from 1518, 1618 and 1718 went to the wrong bar? There'd be loads of swearing, complaining, sex jokes, mockery of each other's uniforms, and drinking of tea. A squad is a squaddy. If it's in the field, they'd be united by pooling their fresh chow and booze. I thought you meant what if the actual numbers were personified and met. My first thought was they'd say, man, have you met that 1488 guy? What an asshole. Point 1418 who won? Point 1818 no idea. We are still fighting what you lot started. Is it better in the future? Point 1918 yes. We have agreed that this is one war to end all wars. Point 2018 deep sigh. But we have tried to end it for the past 600 years now and only managed to name it the final battle. 2250 soldier final battle. You mean World War IV? So you're telling me all that I fought for, all that my friends died for, only amounted for a few decades of peace until millions more died? War is heck. All British soldiers. So we still hate the French. They'd probably disagree for a little bit, but once they got plastered on modern alcohol, which is stupidly more potent than the stuff in the past, and all would be forgiven. I feel like the guys from 1418, 1818 and 1918 would have more alcohol than the guy from 2018. But the guy from 2018 would probably have candy chocolate. Italian rations still include a small bottle, about one shot of hard liquor. Not nearly enough to get plastered, but still enough to slowly sip on the deck of your airy yeet while cracking dick jokes with the foot soldiers. Are you guys still waiting for orders from the king to finally end the siege and assault a city? 1418 yeah, but from a short man who calls himself emperor. I actually was able to fire this magic stick once while defending a chateau at Waterloo. 1818 I spent my teenage years in a quiet sector in Flanders during my war. I did shoot at German soldiers the 3 times they assaulted us, however we were never ordered to assault their position. 1918 I spent 18 months of my life in Iraq, what some of you know as Mesopotamia. All I did was masturbate and drink near beer. 2018. 1418, 1818, 1918 I have no idea what a Dodge Charger is, but that 2018 guy just wrapped his around a tree. Oh, the queen is still alive. 3118 soldier of course. Well, that's only 6 hours difference, so hopefully not much. Military time joke. Spits were ha. The first part had me so confused. Here I'll just paste the top answer from Quora where you got this shit. Okay. Assuming the same language, are 1418 guys going to have an immediate issue with 1818 as to his point of view? 1818 is the only one displaying obvious weapons. 1418 won't have a clue about an M4 or a Enfield rifle, but the saber or sword in 1818 hands are going to make him nervous. Chivalry may prevail for 1418 and 1818. Now 1918 is going to see the M4 and go gun and see it for what it is immediately. The ego of the 4 warriors is going to come into play. If 1418 is an armored knight as someone else pictured, you can bet he will believe he is all that and one best in the world fighters. 1818 and the others are much more likely to be more generic grunts. So our aristocratic knight is probably going to look at the others, think of 1818 as just another peasant soldiers, no matter the uniform, because he isn't in full armor. He won't even recognize 1918 and 2018 as holding effective weapons, since they look nothing like any black powder devices he might have seen. He will assume he is the best again, and start talking crap to the others. 1818 will take offense and demonstrate his single-shot 1818 flintlock by asking to borrow the knight's helmet for a demo. After putting a hole in the helmet on, knight is now sufficiently dissuaded from the thought of his invulnerability, but still holds that if the shot had missed, his broadsword would take 1818 out, being superior to 1818's saber. To this, 1918 cracks a 5 quick with the rifle. 1418 and 1818 are both shocked. Arbrit smiles, looks over at 2018 and says, I have a feeling that thing across your chest will do a little better. Instead of firing the M4 2018 points the barrel at a hill, engages the laser, grabs the mic on his chest, and speaks a quick short sentence. 20 seconds later the hilltop disappears under a massive series of explosions. At this point 2018 is going to be pummeled by questions and the other weapons are going to be afterthoughts. But it isn't until the boo shows up that they really talk about what warriors always talk about. As I once heard a first sergeant say before PC culture took over: wine, women, war stories, and the ones that didn't come back. The mindset of the soldiers would be interesting, because it's surely different when comparing 2018 to 1418- back then. There were no laws of war at all. There was no medical treatment for the soldiers. They fought with pikes and halberds instead of modern firearms, etc. There was no structure like the military has today. There was a different chain of command. Like the noble lead the armies, even when they didn't know anything about warfare. There were many other things that is unbelievable today, like the death penalty for disobeying an order, harsh punishment, etc. War was back then also including pillaging and raiding the enemy land, often not taking prisoners, and burning down whole villages, sell people into slavery and other things. Guess it's a little bit better to be a soldier in 2018, or a civilian. More chances of survival than in 1418. Where is the craziest place you rubbed one out? Can I shoot your rifle? Older dudes, please tell me more about these flying things with missiles and bombs. How bad was your diarrhea? 2018 guy showing other dudes porn would be hilarious. Do your boots suck too? How many times have you had your ball punched? Obviously there would be lots of talk about the fighting, but the above is the more important stuff. Thou hast waged is thine crafts of blood and toil to serve thy royal majesty. What heck of a tongue he's saying in? I'm not quite sure myself. Sadly, yeah, me neither bro. Soldier from 1418 would attack the others after accusing them of witchcraft and demonry. The belief in witches in the Middle Ages was nowhere near as widespread as most people assume. Official Catholic doctrine held that witches did not exist, and the belief in them was a form of heresy. Lad Bible did a few of these. WWI English soldier and US Afghanistan. In general there's always a mutual respect, even between enemies. Of all soldiers even more, so years after their conflicts. Topics always include fears, glories and chain of command, mutual respect for fallen comrades, and the underlying conversation about how you were and still are able to cope with the fact that you might have killed another person. Truthfully this might be the most respectful conversation ever, with a fair bit of shit talking. Swords, muskets, trench, and asymmetrical guerrilla warfare. Jack Churchill and Joe Medson Crow would feel right at home in any of those eras. Soldier from 1918 to soldier from 2018. I thought my suffering would prevent yours. They certainly wouldn't say, thank you for your service. As a veteran, we never say that to each other. 1418. You guys know why you got called to war. Everyone else nope. 1418. And you guys don't care either. Everyone else nope. 1418. Good to see nothing changed. I think that'd be very interesting, considering that warfare has evolved so much in just 500 years, because for about 4 millennia, people have been fighting on horsebacks, bows and swords. I guess soldiers from the past would say to the 2018 soldier, what? So Apu just lob large pieces of metal to your enemies and kill them from far away. I honestly think, if you sat a group of combat troops each from those time periods around a fire together, they would evaluate everyone, generally not to one another, and after just sitting there a bit, someone would ask the question, did we die? That the rest would all agree with. Then there would be the well, shit, guess I won't get to eat mama cooking again, see Betty Sue finish that project disgruntlement. Then they would swap stories about what they remember last. 1418. We gonna conquer America. 1818. Howdy, you are going for West. 1918. Thank God it's over. 2018. What are theories? 2018 yo, why are y'all so short? 1418 what does yo and y'all mean? Multiply 1918 soldiers just walk in. 2018 it means oh wait I just saw it in the internet UHH. 1418 it means 2018 UHM. Checks phone. 1418 and 1918 what is that? 2018 you guys wouldn't get it. 1918 come on. Just tell us. 1418 do you think we're idiots? Meanwhile with 1818 soldiers. 1818 erg. Where did they tell us to go again? Back with the others. 1918 I mean. We are two whole freaking armies. Warning. Beyond this point there is some cuss words. Be warned. 2018 will you guys just leave that shit alone? 1918 whoa. Calm down. Okay. 2018 no. 1919 part 2 is here my goose. 1918 how about this? Multiply 1918 sticks out middle finger. 2018 whoa. Now that's disrespectful. 1918 no. You're as disrespectful you little shit. 1418 guys calm down. 2018 and 1918 arguing. 1818 soldiers finally arrive. 1818 oh. 1418 welcome to the arguing arena. Hear these guys from the future just argue. 1818 what happened though? 1418 one of them said something about us being short. Then the other walked in. Breathed. 1818 then. 1418 the first one pulled out something we don't know about us and the other one asked what it is, but they didn't tell us. He said we were dumb and we wouldn't get it. 1818 I'm interested. 1418 then they just started arguing like that with curse words. 2018 and 1918 arguing is now louder than the others. Part 3 when this reaches 20 upvotes. They would probably be too distracted by the time travel aspect to really get into comparing their soldiering experiences. Probably something along the lines of holy shit. Well, better you than me. 1418, 1818 pretty much the same soldiers, but the 1818 feats guns will be slightly more accurate. Edged weapons will be smaller and they will wear less armor. This is basically the same battlefield experiences. 1818, 1918 extremely different soldiers. Imagine two sets of colonial era soldiers with the same ideals and life philosophies. Except one is dressed in a grey, drab, steampunk cosplay, carries a self-loading rifle, and had the dignity ripped out of him by long-term exposure to the most appalling combat the world has ever seen. 1918, 2018 soldiers so different that you would only know that one evolved into the other because of the uniforms and automated rifles. They would have a lot of shared experiences, but they still couldn't relate to each other very much because the 1918 soldier would have so much darker and grizzled combat experience.